President Trump's cardiovascular imaging was perfectly normal. Overall, his cardiovascular system shows excellent health.
After days and days and days and days and days of asking for the MRI results, the secret MRI that Donald Trump had, of all the denials that there was anything to show, after he didn't know what was scanned, but he knows whatever was scanned was perfect. He does know it wasn't the brain, though. He knows that. They finally released not the MRI results, not the MRI. They released a doctor's note for Donald Trump. A very carefully worded doctor's note that leaves more questions than answers to questions. Let's just start with Caroline Leavitt yesterday in the press briefing room of the United States White House, lying, covering for Donald Trump's clear physical and cognitive decline by reading directly from the doctor's note.
Danny.
Follow up on the MRI, because President Trump yesterday said that he would release the results of his MRI. Is that happening right now?
It is happening right now. As part of, and this is a summary from the president's physician, and we will release it right now. I think my team has it teed up for all of you. I'll read it for you, and then you'll get it physically as well. As part of President Trump's comprehensive executive physical, advanced imaging was performed because men in his age group benefit from a thorough evaluation of cardiovascular and abdominal health. The purpose of this imaging is preventative, to identify any issues early, confirm overall health, and ensure the president maintains long-term vitality and function. President Trump's cardiovascular imaging was perfectly normal. No evidence of arterial narrowing impairing blood flow or abnormalities in the heart or major vessels. The heart chambers are normal in size, the vessel walls appear smooth and healthy, and there are no signs of inflammation or clotting. Overall, his cardiovascular system shows excellent health. His abdominal imaging is also perfectly normal. All major organs appear very healthy and well perfused. Everything evaluated is functioning within normal limits with no acute or chronic concerns. In summary, this level of detailed assessment is standard for an executive physical at President Trump's age and confirms that he remains in excellent overall health. Again, we will provide that to you. I think that's quite a bit of detail, and in the effort of transparency, the president promised it last night, and we have delivered today. So there you go.
Of course, it wasn't the only notice from the White House. The White House also tweeted about this. They said, President Donald J. Trump's advanced imaging results, his cardiovascular system shows excellent health and confirms that he remains in excellent overall health. What's interesting to this is Captain Sean Barbabella, and it flies in the face of earlier health condition alerts on Donald Trump years ago when they said that he had heart disease. Now, apparently that's been cured, all cured. Apparently he got in one of those med beds, the alien technology med beds that he promoted the AI video of on Truth Social. There's a few things here I want to talk about, though, that really are alarming because they didn't give us answers. This is very carefully worded. My bet would be a lawyer gave some edits to this to make sure that everything is on the up and up and just nebulous enough for the rubes to not question. But for anybody with a critical eye, that's not going to work. They say advanced imaging was performed because men of his age group benefit from a thorough evaluation of cardiovascular and abdominal health. Advanced imaging was performed. They don't specifically say what was imaged. They do say, well, advanced imaging was performed because this needs to be looked at, but they don't specifically say that was looked at. The purpose of this imaging is preventative to identify any early issues, confirm overall health, and ensure the president maintains long-term vitality and function. None of that is an answer. None of that says, this is what we scanned and this is what we found. And then she says, and again, we will provide that to you. I think that's quite a bit of detail. And in the effort of transparency, after stonewalling and lying and obfuscating for days, if not weeks, now all of a sudden we gave it to you. Oh, shower us with praise. Delight in our transparency. says Caroline Levitt. And in an effort of transparency, the president promised it last night, and we have delivered it today. So there you go. And in true cult fashion, the MAGAverse exploded with delight, exploded with praise of the cult leader, explaining to everyone, we knew it, see? We knew he was healthy. We knew he was godlike in his health. This is Eric Dowertree, whatever his conspiracy theory, clout chasing attention seeker on Twitter. Breaking, he says. Caroline Levitt just stunned the fake news by releasing President Trump's MRI results on the spot. On the spot, only after having taken days and days and days and days and days and days to do so. She just released him right on the spot after weeks of asking for him. And he's in amazing health with all capital letters. Knew it. Eric, do you watch him walk? Do you see that he has a hard time even staying awake, brother? Well, what do you mean you knew it? Right now, my team has it. Their obsession over this was pathetic. Another baseless theory around Trump's health busted. All right. Well, I don't think uncritically about things. I don't nurse from the teat of Donald Trump. So I have questions when we witness all of this that you've just heard juxtaposed against what Donald Trump just said the other day when asked about his MRI.
They asked about my MRI. MRIs are very...
Governor Walz asked you to release the MRI records.
Will you tell us what it was
Governor
for?
Walz, you mean the incompetent governor? So if they want to release it, it's okay with me to release it. It's perfect.
What were they
It's like my phone call where I got impeached. It's absolutely perfect. So if you want to hear about it or if you want to release it, you want to have it released?
Yes,
News Nation, failing News Nation. News Nation is doing lousy, by the way. But if you want to have it released, I'll release it.
Please, can you tell us what they were looking at?
For what, releasing?
No. What part of your body was the MRI looking
I
at?
have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
Does that seem transparent to you? Does that seem healthy to you? Does that seem cognitively together to you? He doesn't know what they scanned, but it wasn't his brain. He knows that. Also, whatever they did scan that he doesn't know what it is, it was perfect, right? 2 points. Oh, and one more thing. Hey, journalist, you couldn't pass the Alzheimer's test that I took and take unusually regularly for a guy who doesn't have any cognitive problems. Gotcha. But Eric Doherty, whatever your name is, we'll just call you Daughtry, like the American Idol singer. That's not how anything works, brother. Donald Trump is in clear, self-evident decline. To anybody who's not just a propagandist, and the doctor's note isn't changing anybody's hearts and minds. It will reassure the people who yearn for Donald Trump to live to be 180 years old. But to the rest of us, we still have a lot of questions about the clear physical problems that Donald Trump has. What happened to the venous insufficiency? That's not even mentioned in the doctor's note. What about the previous mentions of heart disease, early onset, which doesn't mean he's getting ready to croak from his heart, but it means when you get to this age and you eat McDonald's like it's an IV piped into your veins, you're going to have heart problems. When you don't exercise like Donald Trump does not exercise, Donald Trump believes, and this is not me being a shit, Donald Trump believes that the body is like a battery, that exercise depletes the battery and you die sooner. He has a wild anti-science understanding of all kinds of very simple things. So the MAGA ignores all of that, but those of us who are rational refuse to. And because, unfortunately, he is the president of the United States, we need consistency in our government. We need to be able to rely on the fact that our president is not just going to die, which might, because of chaos, cause another country that might have opportunistic attitudes about seeking power to attack us. That's why we need a strong president, not a strong man, a strong president, a good leader, a decent person who understands the import of the job, of the position, of servant leadership. Anyway, I'll leave it there. What do you think? All kinds of papers here. Good Lord. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. Let's have it in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. Thanks for your engagement. Please subscribe to this show if I bring you value. If you just watch every once in a while, you're like, yeah, that guy's kind of a dipshit. Don't subscribe. But if you do find yourself appreciating what I do, subscribe. It's free. And go like and follow the Facebook page, Dollemore Daily. I will see you next time. After all of that homework, I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.